What is going on, Merch? What is going on, Merch? It's my James. Hey, back with another episode of My Thoughts On, and today we're gonna do a Duke Nukem, baby. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of interesting in that because my history of Duke Nukem is sort of recently, actually. Well, recently as into like as in 5 or 6 years ago, and that about the history of one of the most, probably the most important. Recent years he's not that popular, but back then, Duke Nukem, especially this game right here. Now let's go to my history with it. Now this history goes all the way to I'm guessing this is like around late 2012, early 2013, and now I was looking at the game shop and now looking at new PlayStation 3 games and that because that was I believe that was the year where we got the PlayStation 3 got our PlayStation 3 got replaced in that. So I was looking for more games in that, and one of the games I actually found was a game that I didn't actually. I just saw the box art in there and just had like a hand. It was like an alien in the background. It was also some guy with a cigar in that, and it was, oh god, Duke Nukem Forever. When I first saw this cover, I just obviously like saw like the date. It's like R18. I can't play this game in that, but it just kind of interested me in that. It's Duke Nukem and has a gun right here, a woman's, and I obviously couldn't like play it because like it has like a woman's hand near his penis in that. So obviously I couldn't play it. It was also I was like around 13. I was like around 13 back then, so I couldn't play this game even because it was like R18 in it. But I didn't know about the history of this game in there. I just knew about like from like this is when I first heard about the Nukem, the box side. And obviously I didn't know until later on that this was like a bad game in it. But I looked in the back, it was kind of cool in there. Like thinking, okay, that's awesome. But back then I didn't think it was like really important in that. Like I thought it was like more like a shovelware game, but actually kind of stuff like a shovelware game. Yeah, have you seen like the PS2 or even like the Wii games in there? They have like that badass macho like box art in there, but I just didn't. At the time, I just thought it was like just one of those like those games trying to be cool and edgy with like aliens and hentai over here. Yeah, but I just like just looked at it and be like, okay, but it's also R18, so I can't play it. So basically just dropped that down. But then but this is like around 20, but then like around mid 2013 and that, I started getting into like, actually more like early 2014 and that, I got into like retro FPS games like Wolfenstein, Doom, Heretic, and all those other games and that. And that was and now about mid 2014 and that is when I started watching G-Man Lives in that. And one of the videos I actually watched from him, and actually I remember watching it when it was first uploaded, was Duke Nukem 3D and Forever. And then it like snapped and be like, wait a minute, is another Duke Nukem game? I thought it was like, wait a minute, there's another one. So I watched this video and it'd be like, oh right, so Duke Nukem, and then I did some more research on me, and then I realized, wait a minute, that game that I saw from EB Games like, I don't know, two years ago in that, was a game that was in development since the late 90s in that, and didn't come out until later on, and it was awful in that. And then like yourself, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. This was like around September. I remember it because I had like the receipt of it. September 26, 2000, and then actually no, let me go back because this is when I got the Megaton edition. Actually, I do have the original receipt for it actually, but. Let's just go back to see how long it's been since I first done that video. Let's go to it'll take a while on that, but yeah, that's when around mid 2013 and that, 2015 and that, I actually brought the Duke Nukem. In fact, mostly the Megaton edition is because I didn't have enough money to buy the original platform games in that. Well, until like now and that, but I'll talk about that later in that. But then that's how I got into the original one and that. But I had like all the DLC packs. They had something. I didn't realize back in the 90s until today, but I had like something called expansion packs. Said Duke Nukem, Duke Caribbean, Life's a Beach, Duke It Out in DC, and probably my favorite one that everyone dislikes in that, Nuclear Winter, which is an underrated classic. You guys should like it. Alright, well, let's go back. Alright, we'll go back further on. Oh man, how many videos have I uploaded? Probably a lot. No, I don't really upload that many in that. I think this video might come out like tomorrow or the next day or something like that. Alright. 2018. Alright. This will take a while, guys, and that's when I started playing Duke Nukem. When I first started playing it, I always like back then when I play these games in that, I always like play at like the easier difficulty in that. I don't really like play games on like medium or hard or anything like that. I always like play the easiest one. So basically playing on like it was basically like I think it was like a piece of cake. That's what I was calling it. Hurry up, YouTube! Jeez Christ. Yeah, that's when I started playing in there, and I got through, and I actually died during I think it was Death Row. That was the level where I died in it. So basically, yeah, and oh my goodness, hurry up! I'm just gonna refresh. Anytime now. Oh, bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna... How many rows can I go up to? 50. Alright. That's better. Alright, now to do this all over again now, but... Yeah, this is not my fault on Duke Nukem Forever, but... Maybe they ought to talk about, like, how I got into, like, the original, DOS versions in that. When I went to watch G-Man's video in that, he told me that... I remember someone in the comments saying if he can review Duke Nukem 2, but I was like, thinking to myself... Wait, doesn't he... I thought to myself, wait, I thought he needs to, like, talk about, like... I don't know, Duke Nukem, like... The first one in that, like, the first platformer game in that. So I looked up on his channel in that, and I realized that, before he did those FPS games in that, he did... Well, he did the first Duke Nukem and Jill the Jungle were platforming games in there. And I kind of, like, felt... Kind of... I was going to say ripped off in that, but I was kind of, like... Feels like, oh, okay. I didn't know he did more than just FPS games in it, which now he's... I think recently he's, like, trying to, like, I think the latest video I saw from him was, like, the Resident Evil 3 remake in there, and that was, like, third person, so he's slowly trying to, like, he's, like, slowly trying to, like, oh, what was it, like, oh, yeah, slowly, oh, God, 200 views, that's pretty good, just bring that series back, but, yeah, I think it was when he, like, started, yeah, that's when he, like, played those, like, original, like, those random games in there, like, one of them was, like, it was like those Left 4 Dead ones with like the turrets guy and in the background. I'd be like, oh shit, I did not know about that. Oh my goodness, no mic, no mic. Man, has it really been? I'm just looking through my older videos in there and like just notice that most of them. Oh my goodness. Oh, 389 views. I should bring back Doom mods in there. Yeah, I'm just thinking. Oh my goodness, this is taking a long time. But yeah, so I got into like I think. Around this time when I got into the platformers in that, I looked up, like, I actually, like, wishlisted it in that. And, okay, there we go. If you go into that was 12 views. Maybe I'll bring that series back. Alright, but, alright, so, okay, here it is. What was it doing to... Oh, that was my... Okay, no, I didn't go that back. Alright, so it was around August 12th. It was like August the 23rd, 2015. That's when I first did my Duke Nukem Let's Play in that. Okay, and that one had 34 views. That's pretty good. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's talk about, like, when I discovered when I discovered the dark side of Randy Pitchford in there. And I didn't even realize that he was involved with Duke Nukem. I know he was like involved with Duke Nukem Forever, but I didn't know he was involved with the original series in that. Well, mostly going through like I think it was like the birth and like later on in that when he was involved. Then he got into like Gearbox software and that. Yeah, so basically that was when I discovered how a dick Randy Pitchford was, and that was when the day I discovered that Duke Nukem 1 and 2, and all the other previous games in there, and that was when I discovered, and this is when I was watching, like, this is when I was watching, this is when I was watching, this is when I was, like, when I discovered, what was it, LGR in that, and I was watching all of his, like, old videos in there, and he did, like, Duke Nukem Forever and stuff like that, and be like, okay, Navy, I just keep away from that game and that, but then, around that time, I heard news that he was removing, the original was... He was gonna remove the Megaton edition. I'll be like, oh shit, that sucks. So basically, yeah, and the bad part is about me, because when I first brought like the Megaton edition, I brought like the 4-pack in that, where you buy like one copy for yourself in there, and it's like you buy. I feel like 3 more other copies in that we can give out to your friends in that. And I should have kept them, but I remember gave 2 of them to I remember giving 2 of them to my friends in that. And oh god, let me. Oh no, I'm not gonna check it. I'll check it when I after this like how many. I remember giving to my 2 friends in that. I might have given to one of my friends who doesn't have like his. I think he's not like been active for like 2 years now on it. So yeah, I should have kept it in that. And I got two other friends in there who would. I remember when he was like started. Alright, I'll just talk about that later on that. But okay, around that time, I was pretty pissed off in that. But then I think it was like a year and a half after they got removed in there, they decided to re-release Duke Nukem 3D, which meaning re-release it means like remake the game where the files cannot be compatible with eDuke 32 until recently with eDuke with like instead of Duke GDX and that, and then then re-release the full the four episodes in that are being released previously plus one new episode. Which probably this is only 7 maps in seven maps in that, including a secret level. Alright, but look at the previous levels in that. They were always 6 to 7. 8? Are you serious? No, wait a minute. Maybe not 8, but maybe it's. But it's also designed like problem in it. Not only that it's not mod friendly until like, but it's active with like the, what was it, the workshop in that, but it's not really like that mod friendly in that. The files are not compatible with eDuke 32 in that, but they are compatible now with Duke GDX in that. I want to call it eDuke GDX for some reason, but no, it's Duke GDX in that, and that's now compatible in that. I'll put the links down below to download in that. And it also includes new voice lines in that by eDuke, and it also around the time it was released, and it had like awful sound corruption or sound what's that word again when it gets like, oh man, what was it, sound quality or sound, oh my god, compressed, yeah, sound compression in that, which is kind of awful in that. And then it's only $20 in that, but the original it's actually $23 or $24 in New Zealand in that, but it was $20 in America. Let's go back to the Duke Nukem, the Megaton Edition. You get all 4 episodes in it, plus 3 expansion packs. It's mod friendly. It's compatible with eDuke 32 in it, including the expansion packs in it, because it uses it, and it has the original DOS version in that. Yep, put it all together in that, and you basically, yeah, that's basically it in that. And there was like some, but now since that came out, I remember I brought it like around like mid 2013, and it during a Steam sale in that, so it was like around like $3 or something like that. So I got like really cheap in that. So yeah, I played it, and then eventually did like a let's play. I actually did like a let's play in that, like with like when I finished like the first classic episodes in that. Yeah, okay. And it comes back to now in that. So around last year, around mid 2019 in that, I went to a second-hand shop, and then I saw this on the CD area in there. And I'm thinking to myself, but I already own Duke Nukem, and I also like. Around this time, I also got like myself like a download link for the classic one that doesn't include like the bonus episode in it, like the birth. But then I remembered, hold on, this Duke Nukem. I remember hearing about somewhere that when I was then like download the shareware version on it, I discovered that Duke Nukem, if you buy the full version of that on disc, you get the classic games on there in that Duke Nukem 1 and 2, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely buying it in that. But then I discovered there's a different version. It's like the Platinum. What was it called again? Shit. Ah, God, I dropped the disc. All right. It's called GT Interactive Platinum PC in there. I'd be like, oh no, it's a later release. It's not going to contain the original playing the bonus episodes in it. But I was wrong in that. It actually did. And it actually had like a few shareware games in it. Had Rot, which I haven't completed yet. I finished like the final boss on like the first episode, or it's not really technically an episode in there, but from the game in there. But it had like I think it's called The Hunt Begins, which I haven't played in there, and a bunch of other like shareware games in there, and there's like a bunch of advertisements. It had like a mobile I think it's like called a PGF or a PFT version of like the manual in there. It was pretty good, so that was pretty good in that, and I got it for like $1 at a second hand. I'm gonna call it antique shops in there, but. No, I don't think they sell like video game consoles, or I probably might do it now and that, but I haven't checked it in that. So yeah, that's how I finally got into the classic Duke Nukem games in that. Which probably leads us to, well, obviously, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Duke Nukem Forever. But when I first played it in that, I got it on special, like I got it for like $6 at EB Games in that for the PS3 in that. I played it up to the Queen Alien boss in that. died a bunch of times and just gave up on that. And then for some dumb reason, I brought it for the Xbox 360. I haven't played it yet, and it's probably like gathering dust in there. I do like the original Xbox, but yeah, which leads us to today in that. Which but before, well, maybe I just might end the video here. It's like 15 minutes. It's gone up nearly 2 gigabytes of like storage in it. But let's go to my final thoughts on Duke Nukem, which I haven't done yet. So I'm just like wondering, will we ever get another Duke Nukem game? Probably not. I heard, I know Randy's like talking out of his ass saying there is going to be another Duke Nukem game in that. But the reason why I can't re-release like the classic ones in that, the classic like the first one, the second one, there's also Manhattan Projects in that, and all other ones in that. Well, basically, it's supposedly because of license issues in that. But I talked to the people who supposedly own the copyrights for the original Duke Nukem, the original 2 games in that, and they said they can't re-release those games in that because Randy owns like the rights to the Duke Nukem name in that. But Randy Pitchford can't re-release the classic ones in it because they own like the copyright for those games in it. But they can't. So just just go on a fucking agreement or something like that. There was also like the time that recently that I heard that he's being sued by Bobby Prince in that because apparently he hasn't when they were going to re-release the classic Duke Nukem games for the original re-released was it like World Tour Edition. Because he like when they first like did like Duke Nukem 3D and that, I think Lee Jackson did half of it. Like, he did like the rest of it, but around 40% of it was made by Bobby Prince in that. So basically, when he first did it, he made an agreement with 3D Realms in it, which he owns like a percentage of the game, like the royalties from the music in that. And that went all the way up to like from the Megaton edition, which I believe he's still getting royalties. But when they re-released it in that, he actually told Gearbox Software to like about the deal in there, and they basically said, "Oh, you just ignored him in there because Randy said he like owned everything, but he didn't in there." So now because of like those because they used his songs in the game in there, he's suing them for like copyright issues in there because he actually owns like most of them were his in that. They did give credit. I believe they did give credit to him, but they didn't give him like any royalties in that. So he's basically suing Randy Pitchford for those copyrights. And he's already been sued because of like some other like illegal stuff in there. I know it's because of like all the crunch time, but he's also like his old law suing him as well. So with all that, I'm pretty sure this might be the end of Randy Pitchford in that. If he loses all those lawsuits in there, he might like, I don't know, do like a 180 in there and win all those lawsuits in there, which I got a good feeling he might not like to. Like it's been like a year and a half since those lawsuits have been announced in that. So if he does, hoping, fingers crossed, that if he loses the lawsuit, and I actually talked to his lawyer like back and forth in that. If he loses the lawsuit, he will also lose the right to Duke Nukem forever, to Duke Nukem. And hopefully after that, 3D Realms can purchase back the rights to Duke Nukem, and they probably might, I don't know, might bring back that one and that, especially on consoles and that. When I brought it on like the on the PlayStation, when I brought it on the PlayStation 3 and that, I heard that there was like a DLC called the Dr. Clemmy. He was like saying better than the original version of that. So I looked it up, and it wasn't available in purchase. And I heard that it was being delisted. It's not being delisted on the Xbox Live Arcade in it, which is good. So I might just install the game in there, and then when I finally get Xbox Live active in there, I might like play the Doctor Who Clone Me in it, which is arguably better on that. But at this moment, I'm not actually not giving money to that I'm not giving money to Gearbox at the moment in that. Not even the Borderlands series in that, which I actually kind of enjoy in that. But yeah, I'm not giving money to that what does Chevy call him? Oh yeah, that greasy greaseball bastard and stuff like that. Greasy bastard or something like that. Yeah, that's what he basically is in it, because he's basically Papa John in that, but just even worse. I don't even know. Has he said the N-word? But no. But hopefully, I think I'm just rambling too on in that. But hopefully he does lose the rights to do Nukem in that, which I believe he doesn't even own like the full rights in that. So if he wins that lawsuit, he might just come knocking in that. And I heard that Scott Miller has actually does have a build of the original Duke Nukem 3D in that when it was released in 2001 in that. So hopefully, if he does, it might be a rare chance only if he loses the rights in it. But if he does lose the rights in that, maybe Scott Miller might re-release and bring back the unreleased beta in that, which was like I believe he was like being played and has like being played at like the build was like shown at what was it called again? E3 in 2001 in that. So hopefully he does. Well, unless a whistleblower leaks it in there. But if he does leak it, I'm just gonna quickly just try and find like the build in there before it gets removed by Gearbox in there. Which actually doesn't that happen to Duke Nukem Reloaded in that? But okay, I'm going off track in it. It's like my thoughts in there. I might talk about like part 2. We just rambling about like Duke Nukem. Nope. Yes, there might be part 2 of this series in it. But anyway, before I end the video here, do you guys want me to do more of these let's play of these like talk about like these updates and that? Do you want me to do it on the webcam net, which I'll be out of sync with like the movement of my voice in that? Even if I do it slowly, it does go out of sync in that. But if you guys do want me to do more of these on camera things on there, like seeing me in that, because I don't do those on my let's plays anymore in that. Or do you guys want gameplay in the background in that? Yeah. But the main reason why I actually like thought about this before I started recording it, the main reason why I did record using a camera in that, because I had something to show in there. I had the original Duke Nukem and I had like the physical games in that, so that's why I had the webcam on that. But if I did do it, I had like random like background. I was like using like in the background was like just Duke Nukem 3D in there. I could, because I don't know if I can record this from my PlayStation 3. I don't have a Engato. What's that what it's called? Engato. I'm thinking it. I know it's like quite cheap at like certain places in it. Yeah, but go in the comments. Do you guys want me to see more videos like this with the webcam or gameplay in the background? I'll see you guys, and also go down back to the comments again to see if you got what you guys memories are with Duke Nukem and that. So anyway, my name is Jasmine, and I'll see you guys in the next video.